Ladies and gentlemen, March Madness is back. So that's some exciting news for a lot of college basketball fans right there. Obviously, last year, due to the pandemic, we didn't have March Madness, but it is finally back, and there have been a little bit of changes. So there will be a total of 67 total games this year. Okay. With these 67 total games, 55 of them will be played in Indianapolis to avoid travel due to the pandemic. So a lot of people don't end up catching COVID and everything like that. So they're all in kind of one city at least, or one town. The Final Four in the national championship will be viewed on CBS, and then TBS, TNT, and True TV will have 43 games that include the first four through part of the Elite Eight. A full schedule of the game is available on NCAA.com, and you can also stream these games off the March Madness app. Um, so Nate, I'm gonna start with you. Your thoughts on March Madness coming back and the new changes?
Well, kudos to them to bringing it back. Obviously last year it wasn't able to happen like a lot of things last season due to the pandemic. Obviously this is big for college basketball. This is probably the biggest event of the year for college basketball. So for it to be coming back, it's a good thing. Um, I also wanted to point out that I'm looking it up right now, and the games I think will also be on TBS, TNT, and True TV and Turner Sports.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's you. I'm not sure if you mentioned
Yeah, I
that.
just I just mentioned that. I
Okay.
mentioned that when I was talking about the platforms they were going to be
Yeah,
on.
that's on me. I zoned out. But yeah, man. Great thing to have it back. This is something that the NCAA obviously gets a lot of money from. They get a lot of viewers. They get a lot of attention nationally, and I'm not sure about the world probably, but nationally that's still a big deal.
Yeah. And
Um,
like right. And before you say anything else, I'm just gonna cut you off real quick. This is like a minor change. I want to say they say it's a big change, but I don't think it's that huge. Um, the first for the first two rounds, they're gonna be going from Friday through Monday, opposed to Thursday through Sunday. So that's another big thing too. So depending on like how your schedule works, I just wanted to point that out because you never know who's doing what on certain days. But I will give it back to you, Nate.
all right, and one thing I give them props for. Excuse me. One thing I give them props for is how they're keeping most of the games in one place, and that's Indianapolis, of course. I personally think they should keep it there for all the games, but I mean, if it reduces travel, that was their choice. That's what they did. Me personally, if I'm in that situation, I would have just kept every single game in that one area, just so like it reduces travel altogether. But that's not what they did. They chose to keep 55 out of 67 in Indianapolis. So I mean, at least they're saving some kind of travel there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I gotta give kudos to them. I like where this is heading. I don't really see anything that catches my eye. That's like, why would they do this or whatever. So I give them credit for it.
Right. Look, man, I'm just happy March Madness is back.
Right.
March Madness, I think, is one of the most fun postseasons of all sports. I think I truly love it more than the NBA Finals. I truly love it more than the World Series, more than the Stanley Cup. The only thing that probably beats is like the NFL postseason, depending if my team is in it or not. But I love March Madness, dude. Just the thought of you creating your bracket, and on top of that, you're rooting for those teams to win, and you have your favorite college basketball team in it too. Oh my God, I love it. It's this excitement, and there's only one game, which means I have to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to view it. You know what I'm saying? I love it, and I mean, and I want to say the reason why 55 of those games are going to be held in Indianapolis, maybe there wasn't enough room to hold every single game, so they had to push some slightly out of the state. But I mean, but overall, I don't see a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Do I think there'll be COVID cases? Unfortunately, yes. I'm not saying somebody will test positive, but there will be people who come in contact. But honestly, I don't see how this could turn into a big issue. It could though. Who knows? Because like the NBA has had its issues, but the only difference between the NBA and college is that most of the NBA games you have to travel for them. So you're gonna experience those types of issues. As where the NCAA, most of the games are going to be taking place in Indianapolis, in that city right there. And I mean, hey, look, if you're a resident of Indianapolis, let me tell you something. This is March 19th when the March Madness starts. Will be a great place to be. It will be a great place to be. Just imagine walking through Indianapolis and you see a college star. Like, I mean, I got to be honest, Nate. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Last year, due to the pandemic, we didn't have it. And personally, for personal reasons, I was glad we didn't have it because UNC was kind of trash last year. So they didn't have to. So March Madness not happening really.
Oh, UNC was
It
trash
kind of
last
stopped. It kind of stopped UNC's streak of being in the NCAA March
year.
Madness. It didn't stop it, but it had potential of stopping it if they were gonna do March Madness. But because March Madness didn't happen because the pandemic took its rise during that March, UNC still has a streak of being in March Madness, Nate. So hey, look, I can't wait to root for my team. I can't wait to make like about 30 college brackets and try to win that huge jackpot. That jackpot, Nate, when you win, if you create the perfect bracket, it is so big. But they say the chances of winning it is smaller than the lottery. That is ridiculous. But even though your boy might not win it, your boy's still gonna make like about a good 40 brackets.
Watch me be the first one to win it, and I know nothing about these teams.
So watch Nate pick like Bowling Green and they end up winning the whole thing. something. But no. Going back to a serious note, I'm glad March Madness is coming back, and I'm glad that the NCAA is taking precautions to make sure that COVID does not spread during this tournament. So, I mean, with that being said, unless you have anything else to say, Nate, I wish and the NCAA and I wish them a happy March Madness, and I can't wait to watch it.